that people can understand the meaning of the fight that we must wage so that Africa can really unite. We have been deculturized, they have come to impose a culture that is not ours. And I think that today, in all the horizons in Africa, we are coming back to our sources little by little. The culture in Africa is peace and tolerance. It is in Africa that we speak from tree to tree, where people meet to speak and communicate.
Hey guys, as you're watching this video, our vision is to reach 500,000 subscribers. Hit the subscribe button, join membership to support our channel, join Patreon and PayPal. All the links are in the description. Do that to stand with us for this beautiful cause of One Africa right now. We do not forget to sign up for the petition. The link is down below. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
To gather all the African countries here, it was a dream. The African youth who can meet and talk about the prospects of the future of our continent. I am really very happy to see you, and I can tell you that I love this youth who understood that he is waking up in our continent. Our mission is certainly difficult, but thanks to you, the mission is becoming easier and easier. We have to talk to each other, to become aware, so that everyone can wake up the consciousness of those who are still sleeping. We have a challenge, and I think that this challenge begins in education first. Many of you are leaders, entrepreneurs, opinion leaders in your country. You have to be able to pass the message, especially to the youngest, and that our educational systems change to take into account our real data and educate the children for the best. Citizens of tomorrow, make sure that the youngest and the elders who did not understand, that people can understand the meaning of the fight that we must wage so that Africa can really unite. We have been deculturized, they have come to impose a culture that is not ours. And I think that today, in all the horizons in Africa, we are coming back to our sources little by little. The culture in Africa is peace and tolerance. It is in Africa that we speak from tree to tree, where people meet to speak and communicate. But they introduced wars in Africa so that we can never sit down, discuss, speak, and think about the prospects of the future. But today, this day, all African youth meet in Ouagadougou. For hours, you will be able to exchange and plan something for the future. From this moment on, each of you is an ambassador to pass the message of the revolution, so that the youth can get to work, unite, and take their destiny into their own hands. There is no problem without a solution as long as we can sit down and talk. But there are also situations where we have to fight to bring back dignity and integrity. It is this fight that leads the Sahelians today against the international terrorism that has been imposed on us. We thank you all for the constant support towards our countries in this fight. You have spoken of inequalities that grow in Africa between the rich and the poor. I completely agree, and we are fighting that too. The rich become richer and the poor become poorer. It is unacceptable, because it is a system that has been created in most of our states, so that the richest are the ones who lead in favor of these imperialists, and the poor always remain poor. This is what I called the Hitlerian policy. We must all unite so that these inequalities cease, because in this union, personal interest is not the only priority. We must first see the collective interest, and it is possible. Here in Burkina, we are confronted with many problems in this fight, but we are going to lead it. The richest, who have enough billions, most of the time have their fortunes in the imperialist banks, but they have no concern for the poorest. We have launched the Patriotic Support Fund, where the poorest of Burkina Faso contribute. We would have liked to see our billionaires come and contribute billions to save our country. But that is not what is happening. And when we do not launch in the same logic to give them all the markets of the state, they fight us. Last year, when I spoke with you, I said that I had seen bankers put a mechanism in place with the state to finance young people. But so far, I have not seen anything. We were forced, in a given month, to set up a treasury bank, very quickly to find a mechanism to support young people in their businesses. This is not competition with the private sector, but we must be able to fight inequalities. As long as inequalities are not fought, injustice reigns, poverty reigns, and insecurity will reign. Why should you communicate? Because it is they who hold the power of money. They will always try to manipulate young people so that we disappear. And today, in Africa, youth are starting to fight against corruption and certain deviations from good governance in their country, and we support them. You have to bring us, the leaders, to do the impossible for you. And we will have to find the necessary solutions. Otherwise, we will tell you that we are limited to such a place. And I hope we can understand each other. So, we have a common mission. Your mission is to bring us to be better so that the continent is better. And our mission is to put everything into action to exploit all the potential of our country, so that youth flourish. So I invite you to reflect on this subject, to make the right proposals so that we can together save our continent, Africa. And I know how to count on you to lead the same debates, the same reflections. And to finish, I will tell you, you have to believe in yourself. It starts with believing in yourself, believing in youth. Poverty is what made us understand, but the reality is that we are rich. Let's make sure that our wealth belongs to everyone, and that this youth can flourish, and that we have the security that we want and development. We can and we will win the fight. Good luck to everyone and good reflection. I wish you all the best in your country, and that the message that I gave you as an ambassador can continue to perpetuate in your respective states. Thank you very much. Thank you. A year ago, with my brothers in excellence, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, President of Faso, and Brigadier General Abdul Muntani, President of the National Council for Patriotism, Head of State of Niger, we took a resolute decision to go through a historic stage in the consolidation of the fraternal relations that bind our three nations.
Hey guys, as you're watching this video, our vision is to reach 500,000 subscribers. Hit the subscribe button, join membership to support our channel, join Patreon and PayPal. All the links are in the description. Do that to stand with us for this beautiful cause of One Africa right now. We do not forget to sign up for the petition. The link is down below. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Chère population de la Confédération des États du Sahel.
Dear people of the Confederation of States of the Sahel, it is with a deep sense of responsibility and brotherhood that I address you on this day of commemoration and the date that changed the course of our shared history. A year ago, with my brothers in excellence, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, President of Faso, and Brigadier General Abdul Muntani, President of the National Council for Patriotism, Head of State of Niger, we took a resolute decision to go through a historic stage in the consolidation of the fraternal relations that bind our three nations, the Faso Group, Mali, and Nigeria. On September 15, 2023, we adopted the Charter of the Government State, giving birth to the Alliance of States of the Sahel. This founding act marks a new geopolitical era in the region, establishing a collective defense and mutual assistance mechanism to combat terrorism in all its forms and to fight organized criminality that threatens our societies. Thanks to this strategic alliance, our forces of defense and security have achieved victorious contacts on the ground, considerably weakening the terrorist armed groups. They continue with the process of establishing the sovereignty of our states over all their territories. These significant advances have strengthened our determination to go even further. Ladies and gentlemen, dear population of the Confederation of States of the Sahel, we have taken a new step in the history of our three nations. Indeed, on June 6, 2024, during the summit period of the Alliance of States of the Sahel, we signed the treaty instituting the Confederation of States of the Sahel. This treaty marks our irreversible commitment to the integration of our states and our populations with a shared vision of fraternity, solidarity, and complementarity. With the Confederation of States of the Sahel, we have taken the strategic decision to expand our cooperation to two essential areas: diplomacy and development. This is far from a strong choice. This orientation stems from our desire to build a strong. We continue to fight tirelessly, like all forms of troops, to defend the integrity of our territory and our sovereignty. Dear population of the Confederation of States of the Sahel, we take an oath that is not only an alliance of states, but above all, an alliance of peoples. Our efforts are primarily aimed at protecting our populations and improving their well-being through concrete actions. The fact that we are validated by the colleges of states and the Confederation will allow us to create opportunities for change, stimulate investment, and promote sustainable development in our countries. The Sahel is rich in natural resources and inexhaustible potential. We are committed to investing in structuring and integrating projects that will promote economic growth, job creation, and access to basic social services for all our citizens. We pay particular attention to youth and women, the driving force of our development. Their dynamism and creativity are the best assets for the future of the Confederation. I would also like to salute the diaspora, who, through their commitment and unwavering support, constitute a solid leverage for the IAS. Dear population of the Confederation of States of the Sahel, our economies are complementary, but they face challenges. This is why we have taken the initiative to mutualize our efforts in strategic areas such as investment, fiscality, and the exploitation of natural resources. The creation of an investment bank and a stabilization fund is underway, and we will be able to set up infrastructures to strengthen the connectivity of our territories through the world of transport, communication networks, and information technology. In the days to come, a new biometric passport of the IAS will be put into circulation in order to harmonize travel documents in our common space and facilitate the mobility of our citizens around the world. Cultural projects, sports, and education are also underway to strengthen the unity of our peoples. The creation of a common information chain is also planned in order to promote harmonious dissemination of information in our 3 states. Dear population of the Confederation of States of the Sahel, we reaffirm today our desire to consolidate the links of cooperation.
Ouverte à tous les partenariats sous-régionaux et régionaux respectant le principe de non-ingérence et de souveraineté. Nous prenons une AS qui n'est pas seulement une alliance d'États, mais avant tout une alliance des peuples. Les efforts visent prioritairement à protéger nos populations et à améliorer leur bien-être à travers des actions concrètes. La feuille de route validée par le Collège des chefs d'État de la Confédération nous permettra de créer des opportunités d'échange, de stimuler les investissements et de promouvoir un développement durable dans nos pays. Le Sahel est riche de ressources naturelles et de potentialités inexploitées. Nous nous engageons à investir dans des projets structurants et intégrateurs qui favoriseront la croissance économique, la création d'emplois et l'accès aux services sociaux de base pour tous nos citoyens. Nous portons une attention particulière à la jeunesse et aux femmes, véritables moteurs de notre développement. Le dynamisme et leur créativité sont des atouts majeurs pour l'avenir de la Confédération. Je tiens également à saluer nos diasporas qui, par leur engagement et leur soutien indéfectible, constituent un levier solide pour l'AES. Chère population de la Confédération des États du Sahel, le chemin parcouru est encourageant. Les succès enregistrés dans le domaine de la défense et de la sécurité sont indéniables et ont permis d'élargir notre coopération à d'autres secteurs clés. Nous travaillons désormais à renforcer notre intégration économique et sociale en favorisant la libre circulation des biens, des services et des personnes. Nos économies sont complémentaires, mais elles font face à des défis. C'est pourquoi nous avons pris une initiative de mutualiser nos efforts dans des domaines stratégiques tels que les investissements, la fiscalité et l'exploitation des ressources naturelles. La création d'une banque d'investissement et d'un fonds de stabilisation est en cours et nous nous attellerons à mettre en place des infrastructures pour renforcer la connectivité de nos territoires à travers les moyens de transport, les réseaux de communication et les technologies de l'information. Dans les jours qui suivent, il sera mis en circulation un nouveau passeport biométrique de l'AES dans le but d'harmoniser les documents de voyage dans notre espace commun et de faciliter la mobilité de nos citoyens à travers le monde. Des projets culturels, sportifs et éducatifs sont également en cours pour renforcer l'unité de nos peuples. La création d'une chaîne d'information commune est également prévue afin de promouvoir une diffusion harmonieuse des informations dans nos 3 États. Chère population de la Confédération des États du Sahel, nous affirmons aujourd'hui notre volonté de consolider chaque jour les liens de coopération, d'intégration et de solidarité entre nos populations et d'œuvrer ensemble pour que le Sahel devienne un espace de paix, d'entente et de prospérité. Je voudrais donc vous exhorter à vous investir davantage pour la réussite de la Confédération, à soutenir les actions des États et à œuvrer pour la réussite de ce projet historique qui conditionnera notre avenir commun. Ensemble, nous ferons de la Confédération des États du Sahel un modèle d'intégration et de développement pour toute l'Afrique. Vive la Confédération des États du Sahel, vive la solidarité entre nos peuples et que la paix et le progrès rayonnent sur notre région. Je vous remercie.